Is Kylie Jenner fed up with her mother Kris Jenner constantly being around during her dates with Timothee Chalamet? Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kylie Jenner has always been one of the most talked about personalities in the world, and whenever her name comes up in the same sentence with Timothee Chalamet, the internet cannot help but stop and pay attention. Their romance, which began almost 2 years ago, has fascinated fans, reporters, and even critics who are always watching their every move. At first, people thought it was just a rumor, something that would fade quickly. But as the months rolled by, the connection between Kylie and Timothee only grew stronger, and little by little, they began to step out in public together, showing that what they shared was more than just speculation. They have been spotted at concerts, major sporting events, and even big Hollywood ceremonies. The most famous moment that confirmed their relationship to the world was when the two shared a kiss at Beyoncé's concert. That single moment sent social media into a frenzy, with millions of fans reposting clips and talking about how unexpected and surprising it was to see Kylie and Timothee together. For many, it broke the idea of what people assumed Kylie's dating choices would be. She had always been linked to other celebrities, but Timothee brought a completely different energy, one that seemed softer and more private. Soon after, the couple was again spotted together at the US Open, enjoying themselves and not afraid to show affection. The two looked happy, smiling, leaning into each other, and once again proving that this was not just casual. It is no secret that Kylie comes from one of the most famous families in the world, the Kardashian Jenner clan. Her mother, Kris Jenner, has played an enormous role in shaping not only Kylie's life but the careers of all her children. Kris is a powerhouse manager, often described as a mastermind when it comes to business, publicity, and media strategies. But with that strength comes something else too. Kris has a reputation for being deeply involved in her children's personal and professional decisions, sometimes to the point where people feel she oversteps. That trait, while often effective in the business world, does not always sit well in the private lives of her daughters. According to recent reports, Kris has been spending too much time hovering around Kylie and Timothee, and Kylie is starting to feel a little uncomfortable about it. While she absolutely loves her mother and respects everything she has done for her, there seems to be a point where the boundary between business and personal life begins to blur. An insider explained that Kris has a way of listening in on conversations, offering suggestions, and making comments that Kylie sometimes finds embarrassing, especially when those moments are supposed to be private between her and Timothee. The reports of Kris's involvement became even more noticeable when she was spotted at the afterparty for Timothee's recent critically acclaimed movie, A Complete Unknown. This was a huge event for Timothee, as the movie has been earning praise from fans and critics alike. Kylie showed up proudly as his date, standing by him as he greeted guests, posed for photos, and celebrated an important milestone in his career. But to the surprise of many, Kris was also there. While she might have meant well, many fans thought her presence at the afterparty felt unnecessary. In several clips and photos that surfaced online, Kris could be seen in the background, closely watching as Kylie and Timothee interacted with people. Viewers of those clips could not help but notice how awkward it looked, as if Kylie and Timothee could not fully enjoy the night without the presence of her mother quietly observing from nearby. The internet, which never misses a detail, quickly picked up on this and began sharing opinions. Some found it amusing and said this was classic Kris Jenner, always present and making sure her children are at the center of attention. Others, however, felt sympathy for Kylie, saying that it must be hard for her to enjoy a private moment when her mother is always present in such situations. The truth is, Kylie has always been close to Kris, and their bond is undeniable. Kylie often speaks highly of her mother and knows how much she owes her in terms of career guidance and support. But when it comes to her romance with Timothee, Kylie reportedly wants a little more space. The insider claimed that Kylie probably will not invite Kris to industry parties involving Timothee anymore because it makes things uncomfortable. It is not that she does not appreciate her mother's support, but she wants to be able to enjoy these events with her boyfriend without worrying about her mother hovering in the background. What makes this dynamic even more interesting is the fact that Kylie and Timothee's relationship has continued to blossom despite the outside noise. Even though some fans were skeptical at first when their romance began back in 2021, the two have slowly won people over. Many fans love the balance they bring to each other's lives. Kylie is a reality star, entrepreneur, and global influencer, while Timothee is an award-nominated actor with a completely different career path. Their worlds are not naturally connected, which is why some people were surprised to see them together. But that difference seems to be exactly what makes their relationship intriguing. Kylie is often surrounded by glitz, cameras, and constant media attention, but Timothee brings something more understated and private. He is known for being reserved about his personal life, rarely sharing details with the press. In some ways, this might be refreshing for Kylie, who has spent much of her life under a microscope. When they are together, they look relaxed, as though they can just enjoy being themselves without worrying too much about outside judgments. Still, even as their relationship continues to grow, the influence of family, especially Kris Jenner, remains a topic of discussion. Fans who follow the Kardashian-Jenner family know very well that Kris has been at the center of almost every major decision her daughters have made, from their careers to their personal choices. For decades, she has acted as their guide, business manager, and protector. It is this role that has made her both admired and criticized. Admirers see her as the reason behind her family's massive empire, while critics feel that she often crosses lines that should remain personal. This tension between family involvement and romantic privacy is something Kylie now faces. She is balancing her love for her mother with her need to create a personal space where she and Timothee can grow without feeling watched. The insider comments suggest that Kylie has no intention of pushing her mother away entirely, but that she is considering setting boundaries when it comes to her romantic life. Meanwhile, fans continue to be divided about Kylie and Timothee as a couple. Some are still unsure of how well they fit together, believing their worlds are too different. Others, however, adore them and celebrate each time they make a public appearance. Social media plays a huge role in shaping these perceptions, with every outing quickly turning into trending topics. Their Golden Globes appearance, for example, had fans buzzing. Kylie attended to support Timothee, who was nominated at the ceremony, and the couple looked happy walking hand in hand. It was their second time being spotted together at the annual event, proving that they are not afraid to show their support for each other in front of cameras. Despite all the mixed opinions, one thing is clear: Kylie and Timothee's relationship is no longer just a fling. After 2 years, they continue to show signs of real affection and connection. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.